Hello, my name is Jillian Dudley, and today I'm going to be talking about the legacy of our third President of the United States, Thomas Jefferson. I think it is hard to deny Thomas Jefferson's legacy, as so much of the founding of our country was due to his actions. And I think the number one thing is we can't deny about Thomas Jefferson is his intelligence. And I think that is what guided him through all of the decisions that were a part of our country and its founding. Beginning with his background, Thomas Jefferson received a very, very good formal education. Early on, he received tutoring in reading, writing, and arithmetic. Later, he went on to attend grammar school where he studied Greek, Latin, and French. And then he attended the University of William and Mary. And from there, he would go to law school. And very quickly, he was able to move up in the ranks. He was admitted to the bar in 1767, House of Burgesses in 1769, the Committee of Correspondence in 1773, Continental Congress, which of course was very pivotal in the actions against Britain and declaring their independence in 1775, Virginia General Assembly in 1776, and of course that is when he would actually write the Declaration of Independence. These are just a few examples of how Thomas Jefferson was just a part of the founding of our country, and he was there every step of the way. His writings, I think that's what we most remember about Thomas Jefferson because they were very beautifully written, and not only that, he was able to be inspired by those from the past, John Locke. So he knew his own intelligence, but he was also very inspired by others, and he was able to incorporate a little bit of the past and what was going on in the present to just make perfect writings of the time. One of his most famous works, the Declaration of Independence, is of course today one of the most important documents in United States history. It was this document that would set the course in motion events that would forever change the course of history. And from there, he would also write other important documents, the Virginia Statute of Religious Freedom. And these documents, they just really represent at the time. He was able to put into words what the people around him were thinking, and he did it so eloquently. It's very interesting. I love this story. But John Adams was actually the very first person to be asked to write the Declaration of Independence. But he had to pass. He said that I don't think I'm the right person. I think Thomas Jefferson is. And he listed a few different reasons why he thought Jefferson was the better writer. But overall, he said that, number one, he was a Virginian. And two, he said he was a 10 times better writer than he was. So, of course, I think the way with history, things happen the way they're supposed to happen. And, of course, Thomas Jefferson ended up writing the Declaration of Independence. Another accomplishment of Jefferson would happen later when he was president, and that was he acquired the Louisiana Purchase from France. And this was just so important because from there we just continued to acquire more pieces, and through Manifest Destiny we acquired the rest of the United States. But this was basically the beginning. Thomas Jefferson was the one that was able to kind of start the whole thing off with the Louisiana Purchase. And then not only that, but he was able to send Lewis and Clark to explore this new land. So he just did some great things for our country that, of course, we just can't deny where we are today and how that affect his actions have affected us today. I do think it's important to mention Thomas Jefferson's role in slavery because he did some wonderful things, but I just don't think that we can dismiss or ignore the fact that he did own slaves. He was a slave owner. And I think that's where the contradiction comes into because Thomas Jefferson was so intelligent and he wrote about these certain unalienable truths, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. But he was saying these things, but at the same time he was denying freedom to a whole group of human beings. So that part I don't quite understand, and I don't, of course I don't agree with Jefferson about, but it saddens me because there were other people at the time, other founding fathers, who did not own slaves. And not only that, they were able to speak out against why they thought slavery was wrong. But Jefferson more took along the lines that he thought eventually slavery would die out. But I do think that his role, his influence, he might have been able to do something a little earlier than it eventually happened. But I don't think that affects his legacy as a whole. I think we look at Thomas Jefferson and, all of the actions that he made, and from there I think that his legacy lives on as a very, very important founding father of our country. Thank you.